What's happening, Fourth and Inches podcast listeners? You got Stevie P tonight. We are doing the Thursday night game real quick. It's a 51 over under in this game. I think it might go over. I don't think the Colts score less than 20. It's an implied total of 31 to 20. They got the Patriots up by 11, winning this game by 11. So I think it's going to go over. I could see like 56, maybe 54, like a 24 to 30 game, something like that. But pretty straightforward game. Looking at the Colts side of the ball, Marlon Mack is out, Jack Doyle's out, T.Y. Hilton's out. Anthony Costanzo is actually supposedly coming back in this game. We won't know until the inactive list pops up, which would be pretty shortly here. It's about 6:40 Eastern time. So, looks like we are going to get those inactives within the next 15 minutes. But key injuries on the defense. Kenny Moore is out. Quincy Wilson is out. Well, let me rephrase that. These two sound like they're going to be out. Kenny Moore's got a concussion. Quincy, I believe he has kind of strain. Sounds like they're going to be out there. They're two starting corners for anybody that doesn't know. So that could be an issue. I definitely see Tom Brady having his way a little bit in this game. Tom Brady is Tom Brady. You're starting him at home, definitely. But Darius Leonard is actually supposed to be, I believe, out of this game. He hasn't practiced all week, so he's probably going to miss this game. And Denzel Good, the right tackle for this team, is actually going to be out also. So I can just see the Patriots putting up some points in this game with the banged up defense, playing in Gillette. It's a tough game for anybody. So you're starting your Patriots. Gronk, they basically said it's a non-issue. The elbow's not bothering him. He'll be fine. So you're starting Gronk. You're starting Brady. Sony Michel should have a good game, especially if they get up to a big lead. They start pounding the rock with him. I think White has his typical game, 10, 15 fantasy points. I don't think he blows up like he did last week, but, you never know. He could catch a 30-yard touchdown, on a wheel route. So, I'm definitely starting White. Edelman is the big one. I know a lot of people are questioning if Edelman is going to, be involved. And listen, these two, Tom Brady, Julian Edelman, have a rapport. I don't think there's going to be any acclimation time. He's going to come right in. He's going to get targeted, especially against this Indy defense that's super banged up. And, they need him. Tom Brady needs that, that go-to guy. And he has him back in Julian Edelman. I don't think there's any question he's going to use him in this game. I have no fear of starting Edelman. I have him as a top 20 running back this week. There's no question to me that he is going to play and play well. So not a guy that I'm worried about at all. Josh Gordon is a flyer again this week. I think he could score. I'm going to go ahead and say he has 60 yards and a touchdown in this game. On 3-4 catches. So for me, it's just I'm starting all my Patriots. Obviously Josh Gordon is a flyer. I'm not saying he's a must start, but a flex player. If you need a flex, player with some upside, I definitely like Josh Gordon. I think he does score tonight. And that's about it. You're starting like I said, Gronk, Brady, Sony Michel, James White, Josh Gordon if you need him, Julian Edelman. On that side of the ball, I would start the Pats defense. At home, they've been much better. So if you need a defense, why not? The implied total is saying that they're going to lose by, Indy's going to lose by 11. So, you never know. Maybe you get a fumble or an interception, and, they pay off for you. It's a couple sacks. On the other side of the ball, Tom Brady has been getting, a little bit of a pass rush on him this year. He's been seeing, the offensive line is not as good as it was last year. So I could definitely see Tom Brady getting pressured in this game because the Colts' defensive line is actually very good. Even with the injuries, their pass rush is still going to be pretty good because their defensive line is pretty good. So for me in this game, it's pretty straightforward. If you got luck, you're starting them. You probably don't have a better option, if you waited long, or if you do have a better option, it better be a damn good option after he threw for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns last week. I don't fear Andrew Luck in this game. I know a lot of people are saying he's not going to be that great, but his implied total, his prop bet, I believe is starting at 305. So they believe he's going to throw for 305 yards in this game. It's over under. I could definitely see him for going over 300, throwing 2 touchdowns, maybe a pick. 302 touchdowns, that's startable to me. It's top 12. So do I think he's going to be a top 5 quarterback this week? Probably not. I definitely don't see that happening, but especially with no Ty. But I could definitely see him, having a good game. If you got Ebron, you're starting Ebron. I like Ebron tonight. The Pats really haven't played any, tough tight ends. I know they've been good against the tight end, but there's not really any team that they've gone up against that has a really good tight end. Not saying that Ebron is particularly special, but Ebron's got 11 targets last week. So he's a player that's going to be heavily targeted and might get in the box. And if he does that for you, with the way the tight end landscape is, if you have a better option than Eric Ebron, start him. But there's teams that are really hurting at tight end this year. All of the Colts receivers are Grant is really the only one that I see that, I would be starting if, I needed him. But, he's not somebody that I'm looking forward to starting. If I absolutely need him, I'm going to start him. Don't know how happy about that I'll be, but he could have a good game. 6-7 catches, 50, 60, 70 yards. Good PPR day. Let's see who else we have here. So, Nyheim Hines, super targeted last week, had the touchdown, looked really good last week. Definitely a player that I'm interested in tonight. I think he gets a bunch of targets because I do think the Patriots, do get a lead in this game. I don't know if they necessarily blow the Colts out. I could see this game being less than 7 at the end. But I could definitely see, Nyheim Hines having a good game in this game, heavily targeted because Andrew Luck just has to throw. So I'm not really starting any other running. I'm really not worried about Wilkins. It's not a guy that I'm even remotely interested in starting. And that's pretty much it, guys, in this game. Yeah, like I said, it's a pretty straightforward game. There's not really too much going on in this game that I really feel like, I have to get X, Y, and Z player in the game plan. So that is it for us at 4th and Inches for tonight, the Thursday night game. Enjoy it, guys. Have some fun with it. And we will talk to you on, I believe, Saturday. Saturday we are coming live. It's probably going to be around 6:30, but we will definitely put a post out there and let you guys know when we are going live so you can listen to the podcast and enjoy your Thursday night football game. Y'all have a good weekend, and we will talk to you guys on Saturday.